Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and a brand new video. So, what is mental health for me? Mental health for me is a lot of things. It's not just about a man or a woman having a bad day. You know, when you see somebody in the street and they drop their keys or their phone or bag or wallet, purse on the floor, and you see them just get really frustrated and angry with themselves that they did that, you think, oh, look at them. You stop and you look. Already, as soon as you say, oh, look at them, you're judging them. And then you have another group that will stand, they will laugh and say, oh, they're mad, or you don't stop to think if they're okay. What can you do to help them make their day better? And it's really, really difficult, I also feel like that you see a woman coming up to you and just being really difficult for what you see as no reason, coming up to you and saying, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here, and following you, harassing you, and you see it as a Karen. Oh, you're a Karen, aren't you? And then you record her and she gets defensive. Oh, put me on Facebook. You film her, you do so many parts to the video. You put her on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all these social media platforms. You say, I bumped into a Karen. Oh, she was crazy. She said this to me, that to me. But you don't stop to think what the lady might have been going through. You don't stop to think mental health. You know, they could be having a really, really tough time mentally. They might have had somebody pass away, or somebody they might have been married to might have left them after all these years. It could have been anything that put them in that bad situation. But all you can do is say they're crazy and say that they're Karen, they're weird. You film them, you laugh at them, you make it very popular and others laugh at them, and more people are getting to know the name Karen, and when other people are like that, they call them a Karen and say, oh, it's just someone being a Karen, when there's a whole lot more to it than that, you know. And I think that these things need to change, and they need to change now, because it's becoming too easy to see somebody acting that way and say, oh, you know, that's just a crazy person. How do you know? Have you ever met them before? If you have, then why haven't you asked if they're okay? Why haven't you offered to help them in any way you can, or even tried to make their day better? You know, just sitting with them and chatting with them, trying to understand them, is so much better than saying, you're a Karen, you're crazy, all that does is make them worse and make them want to do whatever it is they're doing to you, even more so. Oh, you're a stupid man. You're a really stupid. You're not even a man. Crying like a baby. You're supposed to be a man. Are you a man or a mouse? Why are you crying like a baby? You don't need a tissue for those tears. Stop crying. Be a man. Deal with it. Grow some balls. Does it make you feel good when you say that? Does it make you feel like a big tough person when you're telling that man, grow some balls, stop crying? Are you a man or a mouse? You're a man, why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying. Does it feel good to tell a man, you're not supposed to open up? You've got to be the strong so that the women in your life can open up. You need to act tough to show her that you can cope. Because if you don't, she'll leave you. Do you feel big and strong saying that to a man? Do you not stop to think that a man could have mental health just the same as a woman? Do you not want to try and make someone else's day feel better? How much better would you feel if you saw a man struggling, if you saw a man crying and offered him a hug and said, do you know what, it's okay to not be okay? And give him that hug and say to him that it's okay to cry, you need to let it out or you're going to explode. Which is so true. Saying to a man, you are not, I don't expect you to be this person. You be who you want to be. And if you're gonna cry, that's fine. I will give you a hug and I'll be there for you and I will listen to you. I just wish more women and men could feel that they could just open up and not worry and know that not being okay is okay, because you can't be okay all the time, and that's fine. That is completely fine. I know that my dad's new friends are the best help my dad's ever had. Man Gang are amazing. A man's peer support group. When I go and walk with them every single Saturday, when the men are stood there waiting for the other men to turn up, they're not stood there crying into their hankies, but if they are, it's never for long, and they are allowed to do that. They open up and let it out in a safe space where they feel that they can do that, because not only are they with other men that have been through similar, but they get it. and walking with them is amazing. They're the nicest bunch I've ever met, who just, they're not therapists, they don't give advice, they just hear you out and give you a hug if you need it. And that for me cannot be done any better than what it's doing. So next Saturday, Dad and I are going to join Man Gang UK, and we're going to be doing the walking into the light, and it happens to be on the same date as Suicide Day, I think that's what it's called, or Suicide Prevention Day. It's about suicide. Men that feel they've got no one to talk to, men that are told to man up and not cry, men that are told to grow balls. They feel they've got no one to talk to and they commit suicide. And the percent of men committing suicide is higher than women. And the fact that people do it genuinely is very, very upsetting. But for the percent of men doing it being higher really doesn't surprise me. But we're trying our best to do something about that. And I am honoured to be there, not just to support my dad, but to support all the other men that are struggling. Dad's made amazing friends, and I feel like I've made some of them as my friend as well. I get so excited for Saturday mornings when I get to see them and walk with them. One of them, who will be nameless for the purpose of this, has opened up to me. Obviously, what's said there stays there. I'm not revealing anything. Everyone will be remained nameless. One of them had opened up to me about their past and put trust in me, and it really helped me understand more about what happened to me in my past. I then opened up to him, and he was shocked with some of my stories. I was shocked with his. And we struck a really good friendship, and only last Saturday I was talking about the bullying that I went through for my whole tenure to school, and he was so, wow, you went through all of that and you're very kind, big heart, very funny. And he hugged me and had a kiss on the forehead, and he told me that I was his favourite. And it made my whole weekend, and it touched me, and I had no idea that I could have that effect on just that one person. And knowing the support that they show each other is amazing, and the support that I show back in return, I love it. It's a massive, massive honour for me, because not only do I have my own mental health, I don't put it aside to help someone else's. Helping them really helps me to know how to deal with my own, and seeing them every Saturday, knowing how they support people, is what's helped build my confidence back up, and it's helped me feel better, and knowing that it's helped me that I feel well enough that I'm ready to go back to work. They've done that, and seeing how much happier they make Dad really helps me as well, because when Dad's happy, I'm happy. When he's not happy, I'm not, because it does affect me. Him, Ryan, my brother, my boyfriend Lucas, and my family, they're all my best friends. And you know, I just think what they're doing is amazing. And they have a Facebook page, Man Gang UK. They have that same name on Instagram, and they have a TikTok with the same name. Please check them out. If you're a man that needs a man hug, it's what they're there for. I really recommend them. And honestly, for you women out there that are struggling, because I know there's women that struggle too, there are women's groups, and I will put women's groups names in the comments because I don't know any right now, but I will go out of my way to make sure that I have names of women's groups for all the women that struggle. You know, I feel like, don't struggle even anywhere near the level that men do. You know, so time to move on with a struggle I have right now. My struggle is seeing people struggle around me, struggle really badly around me. And you might think, but how is their struggle your struggle? I take it on. You know, I see my dad struggle and I take it on. It affects me really badly. I could see one of his friends struggling and I take it on. You know, my boyfriend Lucas, his struggle, I take it on. My brother could struggle, I'll take it on. You know, and that is the biggest, I would say, problem that I've got right now. That's part of my mental health. That is one thing that I do, is take on other people's, and as well as trying my best to take mine on. As soon as I think I've dealt with a problem to do with me, someone else breaks down and struggles, and I'm taking that on. It's added pressure on myself, and I feel like if you're struggling to open up, start off with opening up to yourself, because telling yourself and admitting to yourself what you know you're struggling with is the hardest thing to do. The easiest part, after the hardest part is over, is to tell a stranger, because you've told yourself, and telling a stranger is easier than telling somebody that knows you. Honestly, it really is. If you're struggling, I know it's very hard, but please talk to somebody. Please, just, if all you want to do is just talk to your dog or your cat, you're opening up. Yes, they can't talk back to you, but honestly, the best therapy I had when I was struggling was the dog, because she just gave lots of love and affection, lots of cuddles, and to be honest, it's all I needed at the time. And I just need you to know that you're not the only one that's struggling. You are not alone. And as Man Gang says, it is not weak to speak. And I just want to add that it's not weak to not be okay. It's not weak to cry. It's okay to cry. If you need to cry, do it. It lifts a massive weight off your shoulders once you've cried and let it out. I would say that I struggled mentally for as long as I can remember. And yes, I might feel ready to work, but I want to slowly ease myself into it, which is start off with part-time and then slowly go to full-time. I don't feel ready for full-time yet, and that's just how I'm feeling right now. And it's okay if you're in the same boat as me and you're just about feeling well enough to go back to work. You know, try it. See, I would say to only do what you're comfortable with, whether it's part-time or not starting to find anywhere yet. It's when you're ready. Only listen to you and what you're comfortable with, because you only know your mind. Nobody else does. Unless they suddenly got a superpower and they can get in your head, which, trust me, that will not be the case. I really hope that this video has helped a lot of you. I just really wanted to reach out and let you know that all of this cannot get any more real than what it is. It cannot get more real. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.